a time. And you know what? This is your daily financial news. This is a show that we've been doing for 2 years now. Yes, over 700 days in a row. We do that for a couple of reasons. First and foremost, I've been doing it for almost 30 years. Now I just take a bunch of notes and share with you what is going on. But in addition to that, I want to be an example of what I mean by focus and daily execution. If you're one of my students, and we're almost at 2,000 students, I just looked at the numbers this morning, so thank you. I think that's important to lead by example. And again, what you will see in my course right out of the gate is focus and daily execution. So I like leading by example, and I like celebrating offers and celebrating counters, and of course, celebrating deals. One of the important videos that came out yesterday, I want to call your attention to. Yes, I put out a lot of content. Sorry. But yesterday at 6 p.m. Pacific, I put out a video called Wake Up. I did that with my good friend Omar, who is our expert on Tuesday. And it really talks about what he and I are seeing in the market right now, right this minute. And yes, inventory is still low, but we are seeing, we are watching, more listings are coming, and we are starting to see the trend change or flow change. So again, now is the time to do the work. Now is the time to get ready and stay ready, because I do believe that we are going to see an inventory adjustment, a quality adjustment. And yes, we as investors will be able to buy cash flow rentals later this year far easier than the last 14 or 16 months. So check out that video. We give you numbers and specifics. And again, it is infinitesimal on a unit number, but on a percentage number, for example, Omar talks about a 10% change already in listings. So pay attention, check out that video, and then go do the work and find out what is going on in your market. Well, yesterday, I can't believe it, I failed to mention the number one thing that I saw. I got so excited by Tesla's earnings that I got totally distracted. And yes, the only politician I name and kind of poke at, my lovely governor of California, will face a recall. It is official. It will be on the ballot. He is going to be, we're going to have a chance to recall him. Who knows where this goes? Who knows if he actually gets recalled? I just think it's an important process in our legislature. And you know what? He is going to have to face the music. Right now, I don't know if anybody has a real shot at dethroning him, which is embarrassing. But hopefully, given the announcement yesterday, a real contender steps forward and we have a real option. Either way, I think it's an embarrassment to get recalled. And yeah, we will see what happens. More to come on that, but I can't believe I forgot to mention that yesterday. I got so distracted. I'm sorry. So on to all the news of the day. Again, we talked about on Saturday and Sunday, 30% of the S&P 500 reports. More after hours, Apple and Facebook after hours today. So just lots of numbers. I'm going to go through a few that I jotted down. So I'm going to look at my notes here for a minute. We got to start with Alphabet or Google. Just a monster number, just nuts. They beat top and bottom raised, and they talked about a $50 billion stock buyback. Just to give you a feel for how this is embarrassing. What the hell are these analysts doing? They talked about, the estimate was for $15.82 a share. No slouch, right? 15 bucks? Damn. Well, they made $26.29. And for you math majors out there, that is a 73% beat. Yeah, our stock analysts not doing a great job. But in fairness, the last year they really haven't been given any forecast, right? So, they don't get any slack. They need to do a better job. Spotify, this is Joe Rogan, I guess, really made Spotify. They beat top and bottom. But they gave actually poor guidance. And this is just another example of what is going on with companies. It is about the guidance. It's very rarely about the last quarter. It's the future quarters. Just another reminder. Pinterest again beat top and bottom, but gave slow user growth and eyeballs and all of that. So again, I expect them to be down. Shopify kind of beat top and bottom, kind of really benefiting from online shopping, think version of Amazon. Boeing beat top but missed bottom, and of course talk about a challenging year. Can you imagine? Ooh. Stanley Black and Decker beat top and bottom and raised, right? That's what we were talking about over the weekend, was who was going to beat, because we expected lots of beats. Something like 80% of the companies are beating, but who is going to raise guidance? Well, Stanley Black and Decker beat and raised. Brinker International, didn't know who they were. Apparently they're their parent company of restaurants like Chili's. They missed. This is funny. They missed top, they missed bottom. Kind of a dine-in restaurant, kind of figured, right? But they gave much better guidance going forward. Folks, we are standing in the sunlight. Remember that. Companies that were getting crushed in the darkness, like Brinkers, are going to start to have easy layup compares. Layups. Starbucks missed top, but beat bottom. And they talked about two things. The U.S. is back. The domestic market is back, right? 2019 levels. But international was weak. Is there something there? Is there something we could take on other companies? Is the fact that Europe and India and other markets are struggling now kind of point to an international slowdown? Again, remember what I've talked about. Asia was first out. We're coming out second. Europe will probably be third. We're just going to have a rolling wave, which will be good long term, because it won't be like a champagne bottle where the whole world comes back online at one time. That could have been a problem. And then the other one I was looking for was Visa, right? Trying to figure out what's going on with consumers. We had a little bit from American Express, but as one viewer pointed out, that's more small business. So Visa came out, they beat top, beat bottom, and of course, online shopping was the big winner. So interesting there. Looks like Biden's going to get ready to spend some more of our money. Remember, he's already gotten 1.9 billion, or billion, I wish billion, trillion approved. He's already talked about a $2 trillion plus infrastructure bill. Not to be outdone, he's now going to start trumpeting a $1.8 trillion bill. They are really focused on marketing and naming these things so we buy their stories. This one will be called Families and Children. Yeah, that's what it will be called, but it'll be $1.8 trillion. There's, $225 billion for childcare, $225 for family leave, preschool, free community college, all of these things. But taxes will be going up. Some goodies could be going away. Stepped up basis 1031. Who knows? Remember, I did that seller financing video a couple days ago with Bob Langworthy. Seller financing is going to be way to go, folks. But one thing I just got to say here is, can we finally change the education system? Instead of keep giving people fish, why don't we teach them to fish? And let's go back to the root of the problem, and that is our school system. It was architected to create workers, and we are now in a more advanced economy where we could talk about money management and side hustles and things of that nature instead of trying to produce literate workers. That's what the school system was meant to do. Let's admit it did its job, but it is time to change. Very frustrating, very frustrating. Mortgage apps actually fell last week, even though interest rates came down a little bit. It'll be interesting. We got Matt, the mortgage guy, one of our experts later today, so we'll see what's going on there. Mortgage apps fell 2.5%. Purchases were down 5%. Refis were down 1%, kind of blended average of 2.5%. Again, another sign that we are standing in the light, as I like to say, is hotels, right? We've already talked about airlines raising prices. Guess what? Hotels are next. Airbnbs were first. Airplane tickets second. Now hotels. Hotel demand is up 13.7% in the last 30 days. Folks, vacation travelers are going to go nuts. There is no chance that the powers that be can make this summer not be a travel season. Lots of people may do it in a car, but boy, they are going to travel. What else? Oh, I saw a note the other day about 60 Chinese companies looking to IPO in our market. Really? Are we okay with that? Haven't we learned from what was it, Luckin Coffee? What was it, a year ago now? Their books are not up to our accounting stuff. I don't know why we allow that stuff to happen, but whatever. Landry's Restaurant. This is a good old billionaire and owner of the Houston Rockets, Tillman Fertitta, whatever his name is. I don't know. I can't say it. He is really trumpeting two things right now. One, he is really proud of the fact that 90% of his restaurants in the next 90 days will start accepting Bitcoin for payment. Don't worry, you don't need cash anymore. You don't need to bring your Visa or MasterCard. Just use Bitcoin. That's got to be a marketing scheme. Who is going to use their Bitcoin to turn into fiat currency to buy food? And oh, by the way, once you do that, you got to pay taxes on that, likely. That doesn't make sense. I don't know why. And I can say this as someone who has skin in the game now, at least as an insurance policy. Why are they trying to turn Bitcoin into a currency when really it is a digital asset? I don't really get that. But I think the real thing that good old Tillman Fertitta, whatever his name is telling us is he is having a hard time hiring people. We talked about this, I think, on Saturday. There are more and more jobs out there, but people, especially in restaurants, aren't signing up. I believe it was Rhode Island I talked about. The numbers will be off, but they'll be close. Essentially, on unemployment, you make $520 a week or something like that. Or maybe it was $520 a month. I think it was $520 a week. But the average restaurant worker only makes $540. So stay home for the $20 difference. That is going to become a problem. And more restaurants and service sector, which is the part of the economy we need to keep going, is not starting because people are simply deciding not to work. That is a problem. And then lastly, I really called out Tesla yesterday because I think they had some funny math. They celebrated a win that I don't think they deserved, right? A record profit number. But let's realize for everybody shooting at Tesla for owning Bitcoin and selling some, let's just realize what they did, right? They bought 1.5 billion. They sold 10%, which is their right. And oh, by the way, at today's prices, they still are sitting on $2.5 billion. They still have $1 billion in profit. They could have sold a lot more. So in the end, that's what I got for you today. Daily financial news tomorrow. We should have Anna Kelly on shortly and Matt the Mortgage Guy about 90 minutes from now. Have a wonderful day. Remember, today's a great day to make some money. Let's be better than yesterday. Bye-bye.